Hi everyone, Joy here from Mind Body Joy, and I'm really excited to be interviewing and chatting to Kate Castle, who's going to join us at our Nurture Your Inner Power retreat in June this year. It's the 22nd to 24th of June. So welcome, Kate.
Good morning. Thanks, Joy. And I must say, I'm really looking forward to it too. It's been in my diary for a while now, so getting close. So it's exciting.
Yeah, a bit less than a bit over a month, and we'll be there. And this chilly weather we've got here in Melbourne at the moment, I know there's people watching in the UK, but you'd be used to this weather. But we've just finally got our winter weather, so we're all rugged up. Do you like the cold weather, Kate?
Look, I am not a fan of the cold weather, but I am a fan of Ugg boots and rugs and open fires and good books. So it'll be perfect just to sort of you can sort of hibernate a little bit and take that time, which is really nice actually.
Yeah, and where we're holding the retreat is in a beautiful place called Healesville, and the centre is actually on the side of the hill up at Healesville, and it's just beautiful. You see the clouds coming into the valleys, and you can snuggle yourself up with a rug like you were just saying, and just sit with a lovely cuppa, read a book. They've got a book corner there. So I'm really looking forward to just being a bit nurtured and spoiled and warm and looking at the weather outside. So, Kate, tell me a little bit about you and what you do.
Right. Well, I guess personally, who am I? I'm a mother of 3 children and grandmother of 2, so family's really important to me. Work-wise, wherever I come from, I guess like many people, I've had many hats as we travel through life. I'm very passionate about, I guess, helping other people. I'm a big people person, so if you look at all the things that I've done, that's certainly a big part of it. And
big reason why you're coming along to the retreat.
I was just about to say how we've connected with the retreat. Currently, I'm an Arbonne independent consultant, which some of you may be aware of being a brand, but they have a beautiful range of essential oils, some gorgeous body products, and I guess that's where we're sort of connecting with the retreat. And it's, as you've just described, that nurturing and being inside and really taking time for yourself. I think that's really important. We don't take enough time for ourselves and we don't look after ourselves. So I'm excited to do the session with you. We're combining what shall I say, our skills together. So looking about how you can take that time to use the essential oils and some body products and maybe some self-massage and what have you, and incorporating some meditation to really just to stop and to recharge.
Yeah. So can you go into a little bit more detail about what we're doing? Because I think it's lovely to have some surprises on retreat, and there will be some lovely surprises. But I'd really love people to know and maybe inspire them to join us as well about what your session is all about and what they can expect and the benefits of it.
Perfect. So we've called it the Goddess Hour. So I think that I quite like the title, about honouring yourself. So as I mentioned, we've got some essential oils and some body products. So it's really, what can you do at home after the retreat? It's great to go to a retreat or an event and you absorb everything in, but where sometimes it's very easy to go home and then not do anything that you've learnt or incorporate anything.
Yes.
Was doing something that is really simple, really quite powerful. So with the group, we'll start with just putting our feet in some warm water and a soak, an aromatic soak, just to really ground and calm. Sometimes we spend a lot of time in our head. We worry, we could be anxious, we play scenarios over in our head, the what ifs, or you replay what might have just happened and it becomes bigger and perhaps worse than what it was. So it's an opportunity just to stop, just to quieten the mind and to be present in your body and just be aware of maybe what's in the room rather than what might be in your movie memory, if you like. And then just using, I'll probably bring up the full range of the products so we can really just experience a soak, a magnificent scrub. So really just removing dead skin cells, using circular. Also just in the process of doing that with ourselves, that self-massage, it's just taking time to just reconnect with ourselves and saying we do have time. This is just 2 minutes. We can actually do this. So this whole segment, I think we've allocated maybe an hour, a bit more. So this is sort of a special treatment that you might do once a week, once a month. But incorporated into that session, I also want to show you something that you could do daily in your shower or your bathroom that is under 2 minutes, maybe a minute. And there's no reason why you can't do that every day. So we'll talk about that on the day. And that's sort of really easy to do, and anyone can do that. If you've just got 1 minute in your day, you can absolutely do that little task. So I'll leave that for the day.
Well, everyone has a shower every day, so
absolutely
they make the time to do it.
And it's fun. Sometimes we feel just so flat. Sometimes we wake up and we feel really flat, or the juggles and stresses of the day, and this is just something you can do very quickly just to pep you up and just to get you ready for the day. So and I use it. I find it a really helpful tool, and you can do it any time I say do it while you're in the shower, because that is, you said, everyone has a shower, there's 1 minute there, you can do it. But you could do this you could take yourself off into the bathroom in your workplace and do it if you needed to. So it's a really good little tool to have in your back pocket as you travel throughout your day.
Beautiful.
But coming back, so we'll do sort of a bit of a soak and a scrub, some hand massages. We'll have some experience of some oils, and there are different oils for different occasions or scenarios, I guess, different flavors I call them. So you can have oils that uplift you. If you're feeling flat and tired, not feeling very focused in the mind, you might feel a bit foggy. It could be that you've just, as I said, too much happening in the head and you really just want some calm and some quiet. You might be a person that suffers with anxiety, nervousness. So, lots of different things happen as we travel throughout our day, and just a little conversation around how you could just simply incorporate some oils and techniques to use those oils as you travel through the day.
And bringing that range of oils will be fabulous, because I think we've scheduled it for the Saturday morning. And quite often, you come into retreat on a Friday and you're all excited, and then you start to connect and start to relax. And so everyone will be at different stages. So some may need something uplifting, some may need to be calming because they've been so excited. So that's where your experience will be fabulous. It'll be tailored for each participant.
Perfect. Yes, absolutely. And and that might change, and we'll have the oils with us for the weekend, so it's not just limited to that segment. People, if they wanted to, are welcome to come and grab a tissue and grab a blend as they go, which will be lovely.
Beautiful.
And just sort of with the session, I'm really looking forward to just incorporating that meditation time also. I think you were going to do a guided meditation. Is that correct, Joy?
So as you know, it's all about the mind and body. So along with Kate's beautiful, luxurious session, I am going to incorporate a love and kindness meditation. So really get that whole mind and body experience, which will just really set you up beautifully for the retreat. So I'm really, really looking forward to this one. I think it's just going to be a beautiful, beautiful time together.
I'm really looking forward to it. And I have to say, it's been a very, very, very long time since I have done anything for myself. I'm very good at helping other people and telling them how they can take care of themselves. And I do, when I work with oils and with people and in the other things that I do with facials or what have you, I find that the process of giving for me is very relaxing and calming for me. But it's another thing to actually take that time out for yourself, and I don't think we do enough of that. And it was funny, I was telling I was talking with a girlfriend and said, we're doing this retreat, and she said, I'm so glad you're taking the time for yourself. And I thought, oh, okay, noted. And I do, and I think that's we're very busy. We're either mums, we work full time, grandparents, whatever it might be, or caring for someone. And it's important just to take time for yourself, because unless we are rested and, looking after our health, our mental health and our physical health, we can't actually give to anyone else. So
That's exactly
such
right. Yeah.
such an
And
important
you
thing
know
to
what's
do.
really exciting, Kate, is that we've got Bron Williams as well, who I've interviewed previously, joining us. But Kate and Bron are actually participating in the retreat. They're not just coming along to run a session and then toddle off home again. They're actually coming to get the benefit of the retreat. So, Kate, you've just explained a little bit about why you wanted to come on the retreat, but maybe
Yes.
just, you know, what drew you to the retreat, and you already said why, but
Yeah.
why did you choose now? What is the main benefit you're looking from the retreat, and what are you looking most for after the retreat?
Yep. I think the ability to stop and take time, and I speak a lot about that with my clients and with my friends and family, and I actually don't do that for myself.
Yeah,
So I think this year is the year about looking after my health and being very proactive in that. So I have had a couple of sessions with yourself with some Reiki and the infrared sauna. So that has been fantastic. I've been looking after my diet, you know, being very mindful of what I'm eating and how I'm eating that, and does that fuel and serve my body, and
yeah,
using things such as the oils and, you know, burning them in my house, using them on my body, incorporating them into skincare and shampoos. So really just looking at a more measured way to look after myself, rather than just getting up, doing what I've done before, racing through the day, you know, going to appointments, making sure everyone's fine in the house, looking after mum, you know, all of those things that we do, perhaps in automatic
yeah,
pilot. And I just really need to take some time and go, okay, what is it that I need to do? And some of the things I'm not haven't experienced that you're doing in the retreat before. So I'm certainly looking forward to learning new things. I always love to learn and explore and try new things. So I'm looking forward to that of the weekend.
yes,
And just as you said, you know, I'm not really a winter person. I don't like the cold particularly. But I think sitting, as you said, that beautiful scenery and being inside, it almost forces you to slow down.
yes,
So,
yeah,
you
absolutely.
know, so I'm really looking forward to all of that. So what would I do when I came home? I really need to have some daily routines. I mean, I'm very good at doing my sort of morning um, mindfulness and the exercise in the shower that I'm going to share with everyone. So I'm quite good at
Yeah,
doing that for myself. But perhaps
yeah,
as the day goes on and the phone rings and, you know, people are asking things of you, or I start taking on other people's worries, I need to have some good strategies to deal with that for myself. So that's what
yes,
I'm looking forward to, I
yeah,
think, most out of the
beautiful.
retreat. Yeah.
Yeah,
I hope that answered the
and
question. Long answer.
you did. That's no, it's beautiful because really on retreat, it's about finding yourself again, and that's what the retreat is all about. It's nurturing your inner power. You know, we hear that term empower yourself so many times, and I'm a big believer that we don't need empowering. You know, we know what we should be doing. That word
Yep.
should. We know we are strong. We know, but sometimes your soul just gets so battered, as you were saying. We're busy looking after people. We're trying to build businesses, or we're busy pleasing an employer. We're running around after kids, husband, relation, kid, you know, whoever.
Yep.
And we do lose ourselves that little bit. And that's really what it's about. It's just nurturing your soul, nurturing that
Yep.
inner power, which is your kernel of yourself, so that when you do feel nurtured and energized and detox from that mental clutter, you can cope so much better. So yeah, it's going to be really exciting. Yeah,
No,
and
really looking
tell
forward to it,
tell
Joy.
us a little fun fact about yourself. What's something that people may be surprised to know about you?
Surprised to know about me. Now that's
Is there
a
anything?
I feel like I'm a bit of an open book. What you see is what you get. Most people are very surprised that I have grandchildren or I have adult children.
Yes,
And it's quite funny if I'm out with my middle daughter, who's an auntie, and we've got the small children. They think that we got stopped in the supermarket the other day, and they thought that they were sisters rather than auntie and niece, and we were having a giggle So I guess
Love
just,
that.
yes, my daughter didn't know she should be offended because they thought she was so young, or it was a good thing that they thought she was so young. We were having a bit of a laugh.
Yeah.
I'm not sure I can, just probably just that my family is the in the place that it is, and that's probably about it. Sorry, I'm pretty much what you see is what you get, I'm afraid. I should probably ask my husband that.
So, and what's something that you love to do in your own time, when it's just you time, when you really need to nurture yourself? You mentioned the little routine that we're going to do, but what are three favourite things you love to do? And I think I know the answer to this, but where would you go for some quiet time if you're at home? What do you love to do? So list three things so we get to know a little bit more about you.
Absolutely. What I love doing and what I don't do often enough is reading. So sitting down in front of the open fire, which is why I love winter.
Yes.
And just if my husband is in the same room, so just that quietness, and we're both just taking some time and reading, often writing in a gratitude journal, doing some journaling. I really like doing that.
Beautiful. And you do connection without having to talk.
Correct, yes.
Yes,
my second favourite thing would have to be receiving cuddles, particularly from my children and grandchildren. That now I was reading, and you're probably better at describing this than me, but is it the endorphins that are released as you have that longer than a sort of 30-second sort of cuddle? So really just taking the time. It's very quick to say, hi, how are you? I love you, but just really that embrace and just say you are special and you're important. So spending time with those that I love is really important. And then having a really good belly laugh. That's one of the things I love so much about my husband, is when I met him, he had this magnificent smile and the way his eyes crinkled. So I don't think we spend enough time laughing and really just having fun, just allowing yourself just to have fun. So just if it's a funny movie, if it's just one of those comments that we say, or just doing, I'm really good at doing something silly and getting called out on that. So just having a good laugh at yourself, just taking yourself too seriously, I guess. Yep.
And laughing is one of my top, well, you've named three of my top five for mind, body and joy. But laughter, there are so many studies about the benefits of laughter. And there was one particular study, I can't remember when it was, probably about 10 years ago, where they had people who were chronically depressed and who were receiving quite serious psychological care and support. And they actually put on funny home video things, off YouTube, and gave them comics, and they found that what happened was, A, they started laughing, B, they actually started to connect more with each other. So the laughter seemed to bring them together. They had a better sleep quality, because when you're stressed, your whole body's tense. When you're laughing, you have the endorphins and the dopamine and the happy hormone released. And because we're meant to be connected, that connection, the release through laughter of the stress, and a little bit more of that endorphin and dopamine actually showed that funny home videos, whatever they are, cats, dogs, goats, kids, falling over, comic books, actually has so many benefits. So, laughter is one of those big things that I say you should do. And, I'm such a dag. I'll don't mind a bit of laughter myself, and I'm quite happy to be the person to provide that. So but hugs, nothing like a hug. And I know there are some people, and respect that, who prefer not to have hugs, but I'm very much a hugger as well, as you know. You get Reiki, infrared sauna, and a hug.
Yes, absolutely. Good deal.
So, do you have a favourite quote that we'll finish up now, but do you have a favourite quote you'd like to share with someone, and maybe a message if you know people who are interested in the retreat who are sort of hesitating? I actually put a post up yesterday where I say to people, when they see something they know is useful or valuable to them, to say, don't say to yourself, can I afford it?
Yeah.
Ask yourself, can I afford not to? And then the true
Yes.
value actually reveals itself. So I know there's a few people out there who may be hesitating, even though the cost is quite low. And I always have my retreats as low as I can so more people can afford it. But if you can share something about why you think people should join the retreat, and then end on your favourite quote.
Beautiful. I think some of the things that we've spoken about it's so important to take time for yourself. And I guess the question you could ask yourself is, if you are feeling frazzled and tired, or, you know, just sort of, do you feel like you're just getting up and existing through every day? Then, as you said, why not? Why wouldn't, you know, the question to ask yourself is, what would happen if I didn't do this? Could I keep going? Could I keep doing that? And sometimes the hesitancy can come back to guilt. I know, particularly when my children were younger, it's a weekend away or an overnight stay. We can almost justify it by not going away because I can't put myself first. And sometimes it is important to show that you need to look after yourself, because in doing that, you can look after everyone else. And it's okay to take time out. It is okay to have that downtime and nurture and look after yourself, because if we just keep going, that's when things start to fall off, break down, and not work, whether that's our body or relationships. So the question you said, you know, people say, what if it doesn't work? What if it does?
Yes.
And, you know, it's okay to take time for yourself. It is okay.
Yeah. And quite often, you know, one of the benefits, sorry to interrupt you, one of the benefits of actually going away on a retreat is, if you want to start implementing a new practice or an activity, it actually, you've got 2.5 days to start implementing that without everyone else around you. So, you know, it's like just having that optimum time to implement and start to implement and really see the benefits of that as well.
And then when you come back, with whatever the tools are that you are not only learnt but incorporating, those around you will benefit from that as well, either by seeing you being more calm and more centered and doing a new skill, or learning how to meditate, or whatever it might be. But you can show them how to do it. So it could be something that you can take home to your family and friends as well. So, you know, it can be seen positively. But a favourite quote, I love this, and I say this often, my husband and I often say this to our children. If you, now let me it's just completely gone out of my brain. That's just ridiculous. It's about being on the camera.
That's okay.
If you change the way you look at things, the things that you look at change. So it's about perspective. And, you know, if you come at everything with a negative standpoint, then you can only have a negative outcome. But if so just start to change, reframe it in your mind. Suddenly it becomes something, or can become something quite different. It can become more manageable. It becomes smaller. You know, it's not the big, terrible thing that you think it might be. And it can just a simple reframe can actually be quite significant. So that's something we speak about at home. So and I often think that
lovely.
And I'm not sure if it was a Wayne Dyer. I'm not sure who to credit that to. But good mantra.
Beautiful. That's lovely. And that's what the weekend's all about. It's about gently being positive. It's not about, okay, you're away on retreat, you have to be happy all the time. It's very gentle, and it's very just supportive. And it is, reframe is so important. Just like we were saying, can I afford it? You automatically go into negative, thinking of all the reasons, you know, can I afford not to? Really opens up your mind to look at the values. So,
and the other thing, Joy, is I was just going to say, if you start thinking, oh, what if, and I can't do this, and that's your mind already saying, I'm there, but it's that conversation and justification within your mind too. So just to be easy on yourself.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much for joining me today, Kate. And
my pleasure. Thanks for having me.
So looking forward to you joining me on retreat. We are just going to have the best time.
Looking forward to it, Joy.
No worries. And we'll see you on the 22nd of June. And as I always say, fill every single day with joy. Make it a good one. Bye.
Thanks. Bye.